Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is such unbelievable woke trash that it actually, and I'm not making this up, died in 4 hours of release. This is one of the most predictable and insane things ever. Now, granted, boys, usually at this point, I would typically be, entering from that side with the camera, sitting down and saying, vindicated like always, because we are always right and we're always vindicated. Stick around, buckaroo. But I'm kind of honestly sad because I wanted this game to succeed. I talk about games that I really like and games that are really bad. And obviously, there's mostly bad games. But this one was one of the things that I would actually buy myself and play if it looked good. But, I mean, it didn't. You can look at the Steam ratio and it's 57%. It was previously below 50, by the way. But the super fans came together and did a couple of things. And this is the graph. This graph, by the way, is very, very interesting. I'm going to tell you a couple of cutesy things about this also. So, let's enlarge it a little bit. It got released on October 21st, literally yesterday, at 14 UTC. That's 4 p.m. for our American friends, roughly in Europe. And typically, remember what I have said, typically, the games, all the good games, get their huge spike boost of players around roughly 19 UTC, which is 7 p.m. when all the people are coming back. It's the mainstream time for Europe. Roughly around this time, people are already home. They're finally downloading and playing the stuff that they want. This should be the peak. And for good games, the peak continues until roughly 12 o'clock, or sometimes for really good games that people are really into, to roughly 2 a.m. of the same day. And man, Vampire Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is so unbelievable bad. And this is a unique learning experience, by the way, graphs-wise. I know it's one line, but we're not asmongold, okay? We can look at one line and actually deduce a lot of very good and useful information from this. First of all, it's the fact that this game got released at 4, and in 1 hour, look at how the graph looks in 1 hour. It's just straight up. And then it just completely tapers off. And this shows us, by the way, two things. Yes, literally just a 1 hour of a line is showing us already two very important things. And I doubt that one of these things should be good for the future, but it's the world of darkness. Vampire the Masquerade is part of the world of darkness, and it's a popular thing. It has a very established fan base, and this shows it. Because all of the World of Darkness fans were there, they were ready, they bought it, and they played. And this is that 1 hour. And after all the super fans are in, it just dies. Literally on the 4th hour, it's already negative. Oh, actually, the 3rd hour was already negative. My bad, the game died in 3 hours, boys. I mean, at this point, 3 or 4 hour, that doesn't actually significantly change anything for us. But yeah, so this proves one thing. The game is abysmally trash. Because this just proves how little people care to play it. And the future of this graph, this part right here also, proves even more how absolutely bad the game was and how unwilling people were to play it. Sad. Very, very sad. Because initially, at least the combat looked kind of good, but then we saw more of the combat and it slightly looked like the combat's even undercooked. Which it horribly is, by the way, undercooked. Well, unlike Borderlands 4, maybe this is worth pirating. I'm not insinuating anything, I'm just saying a fact. Maybe at least this is worth doing that, even though I kind of seriously doubt it. My time is more important at this point, I would probably say. But yes, the fan base for vampire games is definitely here. Like, this graph right here shows how actually powerful and plentiful these people are. The fact is just we haven't seen anything in a while. But this also just proves how bad the game is, considering it didn't go up. Because people stopped playing after probably an hour. People were not an hour into the game when it completely fell sideways because no one wanted to play it. And needless to say, I mean, look, typically 7 UTC is the time period when people are the most active. This should be the peak. But this was already a serious downcline. And the game didn't even... Look at this. It went below release hour numbers around 10 p.m. That is crazy. No good game ever does this. This is a horrible disaster. And now it's the second game, and it's, well, let's refresh the chart. And it's, 12 UTC, which is 4 p.m. Currently in my location, which means most people are not going to play it, but as we can already see, it has leveled out. People are not playing this. People are very, very not interested. This is a disaster. By every metric possible, this is a disaster. But this is what you get when, you have a bunch of developers who are literally saying, yeah, we're LGBTQ activists. And that's the Chinese room. They literally banned people who were asking if this game is going to be woke, because that's obviously bad. Well, you snooze, you lose, you go woke, you go broke. It is what it is. The sentiment, obviously, about all of this is absolutely pitiful and disgusting. People are not happy. The God Empress of Mankind, don't know who she is, but, I'm already in love. I just finished 5 hours of Bloodlines 2, and I can say with absolute certainty, this game sucks ass. Balls and the life out of me. Based. It fails on every conceptual level. Voice acting. Now, voice acting wise, the crazy thing is, now we have seen more, and I'm gonna show you a little bit more of it, so you know what's up. But in the trailers, the voice acting was good. The voice acting was top notch. In all of the initial materials that they showed us, the voice acting was goddamn good. Everything sounded crisp, good, and pretty beautiful. Like, the voice acting was by far the most best looking thing about this game that was close to a 9 out of 10. Story, trash. Gameplay, trash. Combat, trash. Atmosphere. Atmosphere's kind of okay, but also a little bit boring and predictable and samey. Controls, all of it. It wanted to be the Dishonored Cyberpunk, but I mean, Jesus Christ, this is a long one. Well, it is what it is. Everyone can find it, but someone on Twitter said that I'm an evil man. And you made it when people are just randomly calling you out on Twitter for being evil. 10 out of 10. By the way, like the video right now, subscribe, and, takes less than a second. Hype it up on a mobile device, and thank you for everyone who does it. 10 out of 10. In any case, should I cut that part out? Who knows? It's kind of useless. But yeah, this is pretty much the perfect situation that we are in. Vampire the Masquerade 2 Bloodline levels of cope. The game will be Pyre. Hilarious, because that's your name. Also, you're supposed to be called Fire, but they want to be cutesy, so you're Pyre! God, it's so cringe. It's so goddamn cringe. It's even cringer than the finger pistols that they use to cast abilities. Well, we should call them... Oh, goddamn it. Vampire... Oh my god, I completely am spacing out what the vampire abilities are called. Whatever. The fans would never been happy regardless of what they got. Oh boy, Vampire the Masquerade 2 Bloodlines 2 is not the game anyone wanted, but that's a good thing. We actually were there. Mods will fix this. I'm sure they will, buddy. I'm sure they will. The same way that they fixed the same way that they fixed Start. Oh wait. Yeah, none of the mods can't fix a completely broken wreck. It is what it is. You can wish, but it's not gonna happen. And this is like a prime example of what's the quality of the game. Watch this.
Unsatisfied, the gardener is gone. Your moonflowers are gone, and soon you too will be gone.
I think the voice acting is fine, honestly, but it is fucking cringe. because the writing is extremely woke and millennial, and needless to say, the animations like the. Well, I'm sorry, is this One Punch Man season 3 or something?
I will never leave you.
Yeah, the cringe doesn't just stop there. It is insane. The game is an absolute disappointment. The game is an absolute, well, it's an absolute everything. It has completely failed on absolutely every conceptual level that we can ever have, and well, that's pretty much it. People hate it. No one likes it. It's a disaster. And, well, it's gonna fade into obscurity, and now we're gonna have to wait for probably a decade or two until the next World of Darkness game gets released, which is really sad because I think people love the World of Darkness series. Again, who here has unironically not thought about what would they want to be better, a vampire or a werewolf? It's not even close, boys. In any case, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Bye!